necessary skills for students if they want to become rich. Welcome viewers to Think Rich Media, the home of knowledge and inspiration. If you're new, don't forget to subscribe and turn on post notifications so you don't miss any of our videos. Our focus today is on the skills students need to acquire in order to become rich. As a student, there are a lot of things you need to consider if you want to become rich. We've run studies on several rich and successful people in and out of our circle in order to determine which true skills are necessary for an adequate ride to success. It is important to watch this video to the end, including the explanations, because it isn't enough to just know what is mentioned on the list, but to actually understand and know the areas in which you are lacking and see how you can improve on them. The content of this video entails analyzing oneself. I recommend you to get a piece of paper, and after each point we state, rate yourself on a scale of 1 to 10, where 1 is poor and 10 is excellent. At the end of this video, you should be able to know which skills you need to develop over the course of time, and the ones which are your strengths. In no specific order, here are 15 most important skills you need to acquire as a student if you want to become a rich and successful person in the future. Number 1. Discipline. Discipline is simply the act of training a person's mind and character, building a sense of self-control and obedience. Our focus here is on self-discipline. This is the number 1 step you need to acquire to get rich. It entails the ability to put in all the effort, time and energy in order to achieve a desired goal and setting aside those things that can hinder you from getting there. Irrespective of what you are trying to achieve, if you are not disciplined, you won't get it. Your ability to push through with your goal no matter how difficult it seems, what the weather's like, how you feel each day, what other people say, is what will get you to the finish line. If you want to achieve excellent results, you need to discipline yourself. That is to say, take your lessons seriously, be attentive in class, study your notes, do your assignment, forego hanging out or partying with friends, playing video games and all distractions that can hinder you from reaching your target goal. If you want to get in shape, it means mastering your diet. This entails hitting the gym every single day, irrespective of the weather condition, your mood, or if there are other distractions you'd rather be doing. Discipline means you take care of the most important tasks related to your long-term goal before anything else. That is, you won't let a single day pass without closing the distance between your current stage and your target. This is the number 1 reason why people fail in life. Let us give you tips on how to develop discipline. Number 1. What do you want? Second, why do you want it? Third, get rid of distractions. Fourth, prioritize your goals over everything else. Fifth, keep record of your progress each day. And sixth, keep yourself accountable. Every successful person we've read about practice self-discipline. They know what they need to do each day in order to get what they want. Thus, start working on your self-discipline. Number 2. Maintaining focus. Nowadays, it's barely easy to maintain focus, especially as everything around you has been engineered to distract you. Maintaining focus has to deal with one's abilities to choose activities which will aid us reach a target goal over activities that feel good in the moment but has no reward for us in the near future. A quick question: how focused are you on reaching your target goal? Let's take yesterday or even today. Apart from watching this video, what have you done today that will impact your future or close the gap between your current situation and your target goal? Take a jotter. List down all the activities you have done from the moment you woke up from bed up to this moment. How many of them are beneficial to you? How many of them can contribute in your journey to success? How many of them are time wasted? You will discover that you're wasting a lot of time on useless things. Sorry to say this, but the lives of some people are a complete waste. You aim at completing a project within 3 days, but you spend most of your time sleeping and gallivanting around. Sorry for you, you won't complete that project on time. Hence, maintaining a focus is a very important skill you need to cultivate if you want to become rich. Number 3. Hard work. Hard work, they say, is one of the major keys to success. If you don't put in all the necessary efforts in a project or a task, you won't yield results. Let's say, for example, you have a time frame of about 12 months to construct a building. It goes right from laying the foundation to painting the house. If the builders spend time lazing around, I bet that building construction will exceed the time frame of 12 months. You want to top your class, but you spend time sleeping rather than studying on, playing games and involve yourselves in all types of distractions. Nothing can be achieved if you don't work for it. So every goal you aim at, invest time and energy into it. Number 4. Continuous learning. Learning, they say, never ends. If you watch the lives of rich people, they spend time studying and reading books. You will see a successful man going back to the university in his 50s or 60s, and you'll be wondering, without the money this man has, why would he come back to school? Sometimes it's not always about the money, but how to manage and make more money. These people go back to school to gain more knowledge and wisdom. They never stop learning because they want to keep growing in everything they do. One can learn not only through reading, but also by observing everything around us. Your success depends on your ability to continuously learn, acquire new skills, and use them to grow yourself. It is not only about learning things but understanding them too. There's a clear difference between learning and understanding, while the latter makes you put that information into use. The former fills your mind with a lot of information, while the latter makes you put that information into use. Now ask yourself this question: when was the last time you learned something of real value to you or the people around you? This is how you keep track of how you're growing or not. Learning never stops, so keep learning every day to grow yourself. Number 5. Money management. You can be rich on a Sunday and get broke on a Monday. It is very important to make money, but what's more important is what you do with the money you made. This can make or break you, so it is very important to know how to manage your money. You need to learn how to make more money from the money you earn. You can set up a business, invest in a project, and do a lot of things that can help you generate more income. How many people have you seen whom after they collect their salaries, go on shopping spree, vacations, buying things that they don't even have value for? Money should be used to protect you and help you come out from the unpredicted situations. The more you have it, the better for you. Getting rich just entails learning new stuffs and working. After making the money, you need to know how to manage and multiply this money for your own good. I have friends who have won awards and competitions worth millions, but are very broke now. The simple truth is, they mismanaged their money. They looked at the money as being so much, not knowing it's volatile. The money you have at this time can get exhausted in the minutes ahead. It all depends on how you manage your money. Now grab a pen and paper and write down all the things you've spent money on this week. You will notice that 60% of the things you got were temporal and useless. Dear viewers, it's not only about making money, but managing it. Number 6. Be willing to make sacrifices. If money was an unlimited resource and easy to get, a lot of people would prefer to just sit at home and chill with a bottle of beer all day. You now understand why people wake up every morning and head to their job sites, because they need to earn a living for their survival. This means you have to sacrifice your long hours of sleep and leisure to do what's essential to keep your family and you going. If you want to be rich, there are a lot of things you will need to sacrifice, such as your time, bonding moments with friends and family, hangouts, just to name a few. This is where you realize that the lifestyle you want doesn't come for free. Nothing can be achieved without sacrifice. Sometimes we even end up sacrificing more than we would like, but this depends on the individual and how important winning is. We sacrificed our time to make this video. There are a hell lot of things we would rather do than producing this video, but because we know our focus and we know how important this is to us and to you watching it, we went ahead to produce the video. Number 7. Ability to bring quality people around you. It is often said, show me your friends and I will tell you who you are. If you're aspiring to become rich, you need to change your circle of friends. You need to associate yourself with people who have value for everything. You need to mingle with people of common interests and goals like you. Let's say you're an average earner and among your circle of friends you are the richest, then you have a problem. You've probably heard this a couple of times. Your network is your net worth. If you've got the right type of friends, the right type of mentors, these people will open new paths for you. They will help you grow faster and will give out their knowledge and resources to your aid when necessary. What will have the greatest impact in your life is choosing the right mentor. These are people who accelerate your growth and help you navigate your world more easily because they have gone through the same path before. If you surround yourself with billionaires, you will definitely join the club soon. But if you surround yourself with poor people, you will remain poor for the rest of your life. Number 8. Reading. We will say it countless times. Successful people read a lot of books. It is better to read books than watch videos. Reading helps your brain to process the information and creates a relation between your internal memories and reality. but videos are just visual representation of information. There is a link between most of people's success and reading. The rich and successful see reading as a gateway to knowledge. Thus, they tend to read books that will help them grow their minds and improve their lives. This is important because if you're not learning anything of value, how do you expect your life to change? You've definitely read a lot of boring books and books which help cure your boredom for the meantime, but didn't have any positive long impact in your life. We will help you with a list of books successful people like Warren Buffett have read. Thinking Fast and Slow, Sapiens, The Alchemist, The Psychology of Persuasion, How to Win Friends and Influence People, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, Rich Dad's Cash Flow. Number 9. Communication. Sadly enough, a lot of people don't know to interact with their audience. Imagine trying to market a good or service and you can't even speak up because you're shy or maybe an introvert. How will you convince people to buy your product? How will you make them see reason to get your product? You need to be outspoken. People need to hear what you have to say. Now, communication includes not only speaking, but listening and writing. Employers want to see if you can articulate your thoughts and ideas clearly and effectively. Being a good listener means you strive to understand emotions, build strong relations, work in a team, and resolve conflict. Number 10. How to sell. Every single thing you do in life is the form of selling, right from the time you were born till you die. Life is all about interacting with others, and selling is just a means of convincing someone to get a product or service you have in exchange for money. If you learn this skill, there's a 98% probability that you will make it in life because you're going to use the skill to get a lot of things you desire. You'll have to convince your parents to give you money to organize a party with your friends. You'll have to convince your partner to be with you. You'll have to convince an employer to give you a desired job. You'll have to convince people to buy a product you're selling. You'll also have to prove whatever you're offering is worth exchanging money for. People will trade their money for things with a lot of value to them. This applies to time. People will trade their time for money if the money they receive is more valuable than their own time. If you know how to sell, you will be a great salesman and be able to make people see reason in everything you offer. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed every single part of this video. From your Jata, how many of these skills are you weak or strong at? Now work on the weaker ones and put more effort on the stronger skills. Don't forget to give a thumbs up to this video and leave a comment in the comment section.